Hello and welcome to Daily Prelims Practice. Here we take up MCQs based on important articles and news from the Hindu and the Indian Express newspaper. Topics which we are going to cover today are displayed on your screen. Let's begin the discussion. Now let's start our session with our first question, which is based on this article which appeared on page number 8 in the Hindu newspaper. Context is that both LIBOR, that is London Interbank Offered Rate, and MIFOR, that is Mumbai Interbank Offered Rate, would cease to be a representative benchmark from June 30th this year. Now in year 2017, US Federal Reserve announced SOFR, that is Secured Overnight Financing Rate, as a preferred alternative. Now, as you know, UPSC has been asking questions based on international economic terms, like this question based on West Texas Intermediate came in year 2020. So here we have curated practice question based on SOFR, that is Secured Overnight Financing Rate. And in this question you have to identify correct statements. So the first statement is, it is a benchmark interest rate for euro-dominated derivatives and loans. Now SOFR is an influential interest rate that banks use to price US dollar-dominated derivatives and loans. So with this, our first statement is incorrect. So if you eliminate statement 1 from the given options, then you can find the right answer. Now let's come to the second statement. This rate is determined by the daily transaction taking place in the securities repurchase market. Now the daily secured overnight financing rate is based on the transactions in the treasury repurchase market, where investors offers banks overnight loans backed by their bond assets. So with this, statement 2 is correct. Now let's come to the third statement. It is adopted to replace London Interbank Offered Rate. Now secured overnight financing rate is replacing the London Interbank Offered Rate. So with this, a third statement is correct. And why it is seen as preferable to LIBOR? Because it is based on data from observable transactions rather than on estimated borrowings. So with this, our correct answer is option B, that is 2 and 3 only. Answer of this P by Q is option A. Next question is based on this article which appeared on page number 13 in the Indian Express. This article talks about issue arises from tainted medicine produced by Digital Vision in Himachal Pradesh. As in year 2020, 12 children in Jammu died from tainted medicine produced by Digital Vision in Himachal Pradesh. Despite previous warnings, quality control failures were discovered in Digital Vision's facilities. Now, as UPSC has been asking questions based on important statutory bodies, like this question based on T-Board came in year 2020. So here we have taken a practice question based on Central Drug Standard Control Organization, and in this question you have to identify correct statements. So the first statement is, it is a regulatory body attached to the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Now CDSCO is situated within Ministry of Health and Family Welfare and receives guidance from the Drug Technical Advisory Board and the Drug Consultative Committee. So with this, our first statement is correct. So with this, you can eliminate option B and option D. Now the second statement is, it regulates the prices of pharmaceutical drugs in the Indian market. Now this statement is incorrect. Why? Because National Pharmaceutical Pricing Authority, that is NPPA, is a government regulatory agency that controls the prices of pharmaceutical drugs in India. Now the third statement is, it derived its power from Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. Now this statement is correct, as it is assigned duties under Drugs and Cosmetics Act 1940. So with this, our correct answer is option C, that is 1 and 3 only. Answer of this P by Q is option D. Now next question is based on this article which appeared on page number 9 in the Indian Express. Context is that with fertilizer prices continuing to remain high due to global factors such as fall in production and high logistic costs, especially due to Ukraine situation, the centre expects this year's fertilizer subsidy to cross rupees 2.25 lakh crore. Accordingly, Union Cabinet on Wednesday approved rupees 1.08 lakh crore subsidy for the ongoing Kharif or monsoon season. Now, agriculture as a theme is important from the perspective of UPSC Prelims examination. It has been specifically asking questions based on facts related to the fertilizers in India. As in year 2020, UPSC asked a question based on fertilizer subsidy and constituents of fertilizers in India. So here we have taken a practice question based on the same theme, and in this question you have to identify correct statements. So the first statement is, under the nutrient-based subsidy, the non-urea fertilizers are sold at statutorily notified uniforms MRPs. Now before to find out whether this statement is right or wrong, you should understand that farmers buy fertilizers at maximum retail price below their normal supply and demand based market rates, or what it costs to produce or import them. Now government provides the subsidy through two ways. One is urea based subsidy scheme and another one is nutrient based subsidy scheme. Now let's come back to the first statement. Now, as under urea based subsidy scheme, urea is sold at statutorily notified uniform MRP, while under nutrient based subsidy, the MRPs of non-urea fertilizers like diammonium phosphate, that is DAP, muriate of potash, that is MOP, etc., are decontrolled or fixed by the companies. So with this, our first statement is incorrect. Now let's come to a second statement. Nutrient-based subsidies are fixed on the recommendations of the Commission for Agricultural Costs and Prices. Now nutrient-based subsidies are approved by the Cabinet under the chairmanship of Prime Minister, and it approves the proposal of the Department of Fertilizers, which works under the Union Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers, whereas Commission for Agricultural Costs and Prices recommendations are related to the MSP of various crops. So with this, our second statement is incorrect. So both the statements are incorrect, so our correct answer is option D, neither one nor two. Answer of this PYQ is option B. Now our next question is based on this article which appeared on page 6 in the Hindu newspaper. Context is that Supreme Court has cautioned the Enforcement Directorate against transgressing the limits of a lawful investigation and urged not to create an atmosphere of fear while conducting investigations. Now as you know, UPSC has been asking questions based on important statutory bodies. This question based on NGT came in year 2018. So here we have curated practice question based on Enforcement Directorate, and in this you have to identify correct statements. So the first statement is, it functions under Union Ministry of Home Affairs. The Enforcement Directorate is a law enforcement agency and economic intelligence agency responsible for enforcing economic laws and fighting economic crime in India. The statutory functions of the ED include the enforcement of Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2002, Foreign Exchange Management Act 1999, and the third one is Fugitive Economic Offenders Act 2018. And it functions under Department of Revenue under Ministry of Finance. So with this, our first statement is incorrect. Second statement is the tenure of the Director of Enforcement Directorate cannot be extended beyond 2 years. Now the tenure of Enforcement Directorate Director is 2 years, but Director's tenure can be extended from 2 to 5 years by giving 3 annual extensions. As recently, Union government promulgated an ordinance in year 2022 under which the tenure of the Enforcement Directorate and CBI chiefs could be extended by up to 3 years after the mandated term of 2 years. So with this, statement 2 is incorrect. So both the statements are incorrect, so our correct answer is option D, neither one nor two. Answer of this PYQ is option B. Now the next question is based on Kishtwar National Park. Question says, in which one of the following states or UTs is Kishtwar National Park located? Now as you know, under geography, map-based questions from India, whether related to Ramsar sites, biosphere reserves, wildlife sanctuaries or national park, is quite important for your UPSC Prelims examination. As in year 2018, UPSC has asked question based on Pakoi Wildlife Sanctuary. So coming back to the practice question, the answer of this question is option A, that is Jammu and Kashmir, as Kishtwar National Park is located in the Kishtwar district of Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. Now why we have taken this question? Because recently Research team of the Department of Wildlife Protection Act in Jammu and Kashmir has confirmed the presence of snow leopards at the high altitude Kishtwar National Park. An answer of this PYQ is option A. Now our last question is based on this article which appeared on page number 3 in the Indian Express. And context is that according to the changed rules notified by the Union's Finance Ministry, the payment through an international credit card abroad will now be treated as part of the limit under Liberalized Remittance Scheme, that is LRS. Now, important developments related to the field of economy has been a recurring theme of UPSC Prelims examination. As in year 2018, it has asked questions based on equalization tax of 6% on online advertisement. So here we have curated practice question based on liberalized remittance scheme. In this you have to identify correct statements, and the first statement is under this scheme no amount can be remitted without the prior permission of the RBI. Now this statement is incorrect. Why? As LRS allows Indian residents to freely remit up to USD $250,000 per financial year for current or capital account transactions or a combination of both. Now, any remittance exceeding this limit requires prior permission of the RBI. Now, let's come to the second statement. It permits the transactions like extending loans, including loans in Indian rupees to non-residents Indians. Now, this statement is correct because under this scheme, two types of transactions are permitted, namely capital account and current account transactions. Now, capital account transactions include opening a foreign currency account abroad with a bank, acquisition of immovable property abroad, overseas direct investment and overseas portfolio investment, and extending loans, including loans in Indian rupees to non-resident Indians who are relatives as defined in the Companies Act 2013. Also, you should remember that only individual Indian residents are permitted to remit funds under LRS. Corporates, partnership firms, trusts, all are excluded from its ambit. So with this, our correct answer is option B. That is two only. Answer of this PYQ is option D.